let's move quickly to the demo. I want to show you how the process is working, how watsonx Orchestarte is working, and how easy that you can deal with your backend system through one single interface. This is a skeleton about my demo. The demo will be like on a workday. I want to connect to the workday system that I have inside my organization. So I want to add a new prospect, add a new education to this prospect, then use Watson AI to generate for me an email template and send this email template to the prospect or my manager, confirming that I did my job. As you can see from these steps, how many systems involved? We have Workday as one system, watsonx another system, Outlook the third system. This is a very simple use case, right? Because in real life, I know that you are exposed to more than these four systems, but for sake of time, I will stick to this use case. So let me open the watsonx Orchestarte. Okay, so I will log to my watsonx window. Okay, I'll go with the chat. So this will be like your landing page for the watsonx Orchestarte. Okay, so you will be able to do the chat with this interface or through this interface. Let me open the other window. Sorry. Let's close this one. It's loading. By the way, the watsonx Orchestarte, it's available on public cloud and on-prem as well. So this might like the frequent questions about watsonx, whether it's available on-prem. Yes, we can bring it on-prem. Here is the interface. Let me just clear the history and start from the beginning. Okay. So first thing that I want to do is to add a new prospect, right? So I have this flow of the 4 steps defined inside my watsonx Orchestarte. So I want to add new prospect. So simply I will ask watsonx to add a new prospect. So watsonx will go through all these capabilities. These capabilities are the services that I'm defining and pick for me the flow that matches my request. And if there is an overlap between many of these flows, he will give me an options, which one you want to invoke, okay? So it's now trying to take this text and with the generative AI built in, start seek for the flow or the scale flow that I defined and start executing this, okay? So this is, as you can see, it's a cloud. I don't know why it's taking time, but it's now trying to load the skill that I want to execute. As you can see, as I told you, these are the different skills that I'm using in my day-to-day task. Okay, so now it's identified the case, the flow that I want, and start asking me to provide the information about the prospect. So I will select these data, frequently used. He's from USA, and the company is USA. I'll put the email. I'll put my email. The device type is mobile. That's the phone number one. First name Ahmad, last name Slim. So I will add myself as a prospect. Okay, so now it will take all this information and connect to the workday at the back end, and it will create for me this prospect. Okay, I can bring for you the process on the same page.
Just a quick question, Ahmed, here. So when you submit that form, It
Yeah.
goes and feed this information into my CRM.
Exactly. Yes.
So in your predefined skill catalog, I have to define my CRM. I mean, the down you have shown all the skills catalog.
Yes. Yes. After the
There,
demo, I'll show you how I build this flow.
got you.
Okay. So the first step, as you can see here in my flow, I brought it to the picture just to follow up with me. I created now a new prospect and he gave me the ID of this prospect. Okay. Now I will add an education. So for example, he went to CATS University. I can add more information about the first day. For example, he's 2002. He started on this date and he finished by, it's a 4 years, for example. And he graded with very good, for example, as a grade. Okay, so I'm adding, this is automatically, as you can see, I didn't think about what will be the next step. Automatically, I define in my flow, so the tool now is guiding me about on the process. As a new hire, I don't know the process, so watsonx Orchestrate will guide me about the process, how to add a prospect and adding an education to his prospect. Okay, so now I can see that the education already added to to this prospect, and I want to apply to ask watsonx to generate for me a template email. So now it's saved, and this information coming from the workday. I can download this data and in the CSV file, or I can even select what are the columns that should be shown in front of me. Okay, so for example, I want to hide the grade. Okay, so now the grade is gone. So I will select this prospect and click apply. So this what will happen. It will give me some parameters about what you want from the watsonx to generate for you. For example, as I told you in this step, I want to send to my manager about this, the HR consultant added a new prospect, and these are the data of the prospect. So the email signature, it will be myself, Ahmad Salim, for example. This would be the signature and the instruction. What you need watsonx to generate for you. I need to send an email to my manager telling him about the completion of my task by adding new prospect of ID, and then click on the ID. So now I'm asking the watsonx to generate for me an email template. Okay, so now I'm not leaving here the watsonx, I'm doing everything from this screen. So the watsonx engine will take this and come back with that. This is the result. So this is an email template, and it will invoke at the end the skill of the Outlook of sending this email. So the watsonx generate for me an email template. I'm writing to inform you that the completion of my assigned task, I have successfully added a new prospect with this ID, and these are the education information and all these templates. So, and automatically, I didn't copy this document or this text and swivel to my Outlook. No, I invoked the Outlook template to send for me this email. So I remove this. Why I'm doing that? Because you might need to change some in your email. So for example, dear Abdullah, considering that he's my manager, and automatically the generated email from the watsonx is already part of the email body, and I will start apply to send this email to my manager. Let's open the Outlook email to see. Okay, now it's working on sending this email and executing the last step of my flow. So this is the current flow that I defined, and while sending this email, I want you to check how I build this flow and how easy. Do I need a technical expertise? on this to build such complicated flow dealing with the backend system? The answer is no. I will show you how exactly. Okay, so I have to log in again because my token expired with the Outlook. That's why it's not sending the email. I quickly authenticate myself and do a retry. So it's opening the Outlook email. And this is the sign in, and it will ask for the authenticator. Here we go. Verify. So now I'm authenticating myself. Now it's successfully authenticated. If I will go back to my chat window, and I will retry sending this email once again. Sorry, see here. Okay. Okay, so I will retry. Okay, type for me all the information, new prospect, and apply. Okay, now the email is sent. Okay, I received this email here, as you can see. Dear Abdullah, I'm writing the information, and this is the email. So as you can see, I did connect to Workday. I created a new prospect, added an education for him, sending an email, generate an email using generative AI, sending the email, all these tasks done from one single screen. So if I want to show how I build this flow, how easy I can build this flow. Zero technical background you need, okay? Here is the flow. I have more than 1,000 adapter here. So it's a matter of drag and drop. Create here a prospect in Workday. So if I want to add a new step, I can click plus, and it will appear for me 1,000 skills built inside my tool to pick whatever I want, okay? So I can add or search for any skill that I want to inject. That easy, okay? So this is the flow that I built. And automatically, once I ask to the watsonx to execute this flow, it will automatically guide me through the process. So as a new hire in any organization, I don't need to be aware of the end-to-end solution, right? Because once the process started, the flow started, it will guide me through all the process till the closure. I don't need to be expert in Workday. I don't need to know where Workday is deployed. I don't need to swivel to a machine learning tool to generate for me an email template, or go to the OpenAI or the ChatGPT to generate for me a template and all this stuff, okay? Because it's the security issues. So you have all these built in inside the tool. One last demo that I want you to know about it. If I have, this is for the HR, if I want to chat with a document, if I have a document and I want to get information out of this document. And in this demo, I will ask, I need to chat with a document. As I told you, now watsonx, what it does, I have many similar skills doing the same job, okay? So it's giving me some suggestions, which one you are asking for. I will ask him, okay, this is the chat with doc, for example. Sorry, I don't need this one. The flow. I need this. So I need to chat with a document. I need this one. What will happen here? This flow, I will select a file from my content repository. And in this file, I put like some resumes inside it. Let me show you what types of data that I have inside. I think I need to log in again. These are like three resumes generated by generative AI. Ahmed Muhammad, he's a software developer. He has more than 3 years experience. And this is Abdullah Kamal, another profile. And the third one is Abdulaziz Abdullah. So these are like three resumes, and I want generative AI to understand these resumes and give me the best candidate for the request that I want. I apologize. I have to authenticate myself. As you can see, because the skills is shared across all the employees inside the enterprise. So the HR people should not access or execute the skills of the finance. So for each skill, you need to authenticate yourself, like what you are doing in real life. If you want to connect to your HR system, you will provide your credentials and so on and so forth. So I authenticate myself against my content repository. So I will be able to access my files. Okay. So whatever will appear to me, it's only the files that I own. Okay, as you can see, it retrieved list of the files, and I will select here the okay, this is the one. I have to re-invoke it again. Check the flow. Okay, so now sending for me all the files. This is the file that we have all the resumes, and I will click apply. So now I have the ability to inquire about, for example, a Java developer who has 5 years experience. Which candidate name? Sorry. As the below criteria. Java developer has more than 2 years of experience. So I didn't give him exact number of years of experience. That's why the generative AI will understand that, read the document, understand that I need more than 2 years experience, and click apply. So it will go and parse this file and give me the name of the candidate. So it's automatically, without any training. For your training, it's giving me the name. It's Ahmad Muhammad. Okay, so this is the one, Ahmad Muhammad. He has more than 2 years experience. As you can see, 3 years experience here and 2 years experience on the application. And even it's giving me a suggestion whether I want to send this an email or not. Okay, so this is the demo. This is watsonx Orchestrate. I know that I'm taking a lot of time. Sorry for that. I need to stop here to open the floor for your questions.
Thank you, Ahmed, for a wonderful presentation and a live demo.
Sure.
So I hope for our attendees, this has been a very exciting and very new sort of technology as well as the capabilities, right? So the floor is now open for Q&A. So I request attendees to ask or feel free to ask any questions you may have. And you can raise your hand and we can allow to talk. So on Zoom, there is an option to raise hand. I think there are no questions. I think demo was quite self-explanatory because Ahmed, you were talking about each and every steps in very detail and very slowly. So I think everyone really clearly understood the concept. So as I understand from the demo that we need to design the skills for the catalog,
Yes.
and we also define the flow. And once you're done this groundwork, and then the AI assistant will work for us. For example, I have thousands of resumes and I'm a HR person. I need an assistant to quickly identify or filter some of the profiles based on my requirements. So in fraction of seconds, I get the profile what I'm looking for,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
So we can have any kind of scenario. It is not just only limited to HR. It can be sales, marketing, procurement, right?
Yes, and you
Finance,
have already made connections here. Yes.
with connections to third-party tools. You have shown the connections with Outlook, connections with other ERP systems like SAP, Oracle, Jira.
Here, yeah.
So
Monday, Box.
yeah, so Mr. Ali has a question. So yes, you can speak. Your mic is unmuted.
Yeah, hi
Yes.
guys.
Hi, Ali.
Thank you, Ahmed Salim, for this great presentation. I have one question.
Yeah.
Created that resume or whatever. Okay, can I design it? Do you have anything just design the UI, UX, and these things?
Yes, it's a very good question, Ali, because you can, and instead of having this like static flow, because all these informations coming or requested from the backend system, right? But you need to create your own workflow, and you might have like a form to have some inputs from the client, right? Or from your user. This is supported where we have a low-code workflow here, what we call it the automation builder, where you can see, you can build here your automation flow based on your own customization. So for example, here, this is watsonx orchestrate flow. And you can create your own workflow with no code. So this is a bundled builder, automation builder inside your flow here. And you can add here all the skills like the skill flow, but you have here, you can add here like an input form from here, like this user task. And this activity, you can edit the interface. Or from the skill flow, you can import, add as well the input form, yes. So we are supporting both ways, in the skill flow and in the workflow as well. Did I answer the question?
Yes, yes, thank you.
Oh. I think there is a question on the chat.
Yeah, Muhammad Shamim has a question, unmuted. Please go ahead.
Yes. Yes, Muhammad. Let me read the question. How the system identify incoming email reply which sent by the system? Okay, so my understanding of your question is you need to listen, for example, to an email, and once it picks this email, you can let watsonx to start reply to this email. Am I correct? I don't know who raised this question, but the answer is we have a skill. Okay, so we have a skill and the watsonx, which is maybe it's a Gmail or Outlook, to read the emails from an Outlook folder, right, or a Gmail inbox. So watsonx can start reading all the incoming emails, and you can have it like a list in front of you, and based on this list you can pick whatever you want to reply to. And the other way around, you can send an email from your Outlook based on the skill that you are trying to execute to send a new email like what you saw on the demo. So it works both ways. It can read from the inbox of your inbox, or it can send to someone else. Definitely the reply, you have to have the original email to do a reply on it, right? So you need to build this flow. Read first from the inbox, and once you read, it will appear for you as a list, and you will pick from this list any email thread that you want to reply to. So you can do it here from watsonx Orchestrate without going to your Outlook or your email client, whatever it is. I hope I answered your question. If you have any follow-up question, please unmute yourself and talk.
We are out of time, so we'll definitely will be sharing the recorded for the playback and for those who missed for today's webinar. So thank you so much, Ahmed, for making this webinar wonderful with a very informative presentation and a very self-explanatory type of live demo. I know it's not very easy to do the live demonstration, but you just managed to do it. So at least I believe the attendees, they got the insight into how to do the skill design, skill development within the system or within the catalog. So definitely our attendees can learn from this demo and see how they can utilize Gen AI based capabilities for their internal challenges, to meet their internal challenges. So thank you so much, Ahmed. And I'd like to thank
Absolutely.
all participants for joining today's webinar. And inshallah, we'll be also inviting all of you for our next week webinar on two other topics, IT automation as well as API Connect. So once again, I'd like to thank you all for joining and looking forward to seeing you on our next webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadir. Thank you very much for all the attendees. Assalamu alaikum.